For years, I played mostly console games. I would bounce between different worlds, different stories, different genres, and honestly, I enjoyed a lot of them. There are so many amazing games out there now that it almost feels impossible to commit to just one anymore. But even while I was playing all those other games, somewhere in the back of my mind, I was always thinking about World of Warcraft. Not constantly or obsessively, but Azeroth was always there. I think a lot of longtime WoW players understand exactly what I mean by that, especially those of us who started back in older eras like Wrath of the Lich King, because WoW was never just a game you casually played for a few weeks and forgot about. It became part of people's lives. People grew up with this game. People went through entire eras of their lives with this game running in the background. School years, relationships, jobs, hard times, good times. For some people, WoW was the game they rushed home after school to. For others, it became the place they escaped to after long shifts at work. And even when we quit, a lot of us never fully left emotionally. We would always come back eventually. This year, I finally decided to stop fighting that feeling. Instead of constantly bouncing around between random games and gaming phases, I decided to really commit to Blizzard games again. Not just World of Warcraft, but Blizzard games as a whole. So WoW, Hearthstone, some Diablo, maybe some more stuff in the future. I realized something. Gaming feels very different as an adult now. A lot of us don't have the same amount of free time we had during Wrath of the Lich King or Cataclysm. Life changes, people get older, responsibilities become heavier. Some people are raising children now, some people are working nonstop, others are just trying to survive burnout. And lately, I've stepped more into a caretaker role myself. And honestly, that changes the way you experience the games. Because eventually you stop looking for games that completely consume your life and start appreciating games that fit into your life. That's the huge difference. I think modern WoW finally understands that again. Not perfectly. I'm not saying the game's flawless. Patch 12.0.5 already proved Blizzard can still make frustrating mistakes. Balance issues happen, players get upset, systems don't always land correctly. That's still part of WoW. I think adult gaming eventually teaches you something important. At some point, you stop chasing the mythical perfect game because it doesn't exist. Every online game has problems, every expansion has rough patches, and every company makes mistakes eventually. What starts mattering more is this: how does the game feel when I log in? And right now, WoW feels really good to log into. Not because it's perfect, but because it feels alive. It feels flexible. It feels like there's room for different kinds of players again. Hardcore, casual, or solo. People who just want to quest quietly for an hour after work. I think Delves became the symbol of that entire shift. Because for the first time in a long time, WoW started feeling like a game I could genuinely enjoy in smaller pieces again, without feeling left behind. I can log in for 30 minutes and actually feel like I accomplished something meaningful. And weirdly enough, that small change may have completely transformed the future of World of Warcraft. One of the biggest things modern WoW gets right is that the game finally feels easy to enter again. Not easy in difficulty, but easy emotionally. I think there's a massive difference between those two things. For a long time, MMOs started feeling like second jobs. Everything became optimization, efficiency, endless systems, pressure to keep up, fear of falling behind. And if you disappeared for even a few weeks, it sometimes felt like the game moved on without you. That feeling slowly pushes people away over time, especially adult players. Because when your real life already carries responsibility, the last thing many people want is for their game to feel stressful before they even log in. But lately, WoW feels lighter again. Not shallow, not casual in a bad way, just flexible. I can log in for 30 minutes and still have a meaningful experience. That feeling reminds me of older WoW eras in a strange way. Back then, sometimes I would log in just to queue a battleground, run a random heroic, wander the city, experiment with the class. There wasn't always this feeling that every second needed to be perfectly optimized. And delves brought some of that feeling back for me. I can jump into a delve solo, challenge myself, get meaningful rewards, and leave feeling satisfied, without needing to organize an entire evening around it. That matters more than people realize, especially for players balancing real-life responsibilities. Some nights you don't want voice chat or raid scheduling or social pressure. Sometimes you just want to enter Azeroth quietly for a little while, and the delves fit that perfectly. You can make progress, you can challenge yourself, you can push higher difficulties, you can even chase gear, but you can also simply enjoy the experience itself. That's why I made those delve lore videos on my channel. The balance is incredibly important, because the content still respects your skill while also respecting your time. And I think that's the real reason delves changed WoW forever. Not because they are revolutionary mechanically, but because they changed the rhythm of the game. WoW no longer feels like something you must completely dedicate your life to in order to stay connected to it. It feels like a world you can meaningfully return to, even in smaller pieces. That's the huge difference, especially for longtime players who still love MMORPGs, but can no longer structure their entire lives around gaming the same way they once could. Strangely enough, that smaller, quieter style of play has made Azeroth feel bigger to me again. One thing I did not expect coming back into WoW this heavily again was how alive the world feels right now. I don't just mean in player count, I mean the actual energy of the game. There's something really satisfying about flying through a zone and constantly seeing people doing their own thing. Different mounts, different transmogs, different classes, different goals. Some players are rushing into raids, some are standing in cities showing off transmogs, some are leveling their alts. Some are farming old content from expansions that came out over a decade ago. Some are PvPing nonstop. And somehow, all of it feels connected again. For a while, MMOs in general started feeling fragmented to me. Like everyone was technically online, but isolated into tiny, disconnected systems. But lately, Azeroth feels inhabited again. And I think cross-faction systems help this game more than people realize. At first, I wasn't fully sure how I felt about it, because faction identity was such a massive part of the older WoW culture. But over time, I started realizing something. The world actually feels healthier when more players can engage with each other freely. The game feels less divided mechanically, while still keeping the spirit of faction identity alive culturally. And because of that, cities feel fuller, queues feel healthier, unless you're a DPS. If you're tanking, queues are definitely healthier. You constantly feel the presence of other people moving through the same universe as you. That matters in an MMO. A living world changes the emotional atmosphere of the game completely. And strangely enough, WoW even feels social now during solo gameplay. That's a very difficult thing for an MMO to achieve. I can spend an evening mostly playing alone, running delves, questing on my fire mage, or farming transmogs, or doing PvP, and I still feel connected to a larger world. That balance is rare. Usually games become either fully solo experiences or heavily demanding social experiences. But WoW right now feels like it supports both. You could disappear into your own personal adventure while still feeling surrounded by life. As far as personal adventures go, I'm planning on making a whole storyline for my mage that I'll probably post on the channel in the near future, so be on the lookout for that. I think there's one reason modern Azeroth feels comforting again. It's not because every system is perfect, but because the world itself still feels inhabited. There's movement everywhere. There's history, you can do lore. There's players everywhere. And after all these years, that feeling still carries a certain kind of magic. One of the strangest things about modern WoW is that I genuinely feel like there's too much content now for me to even fully keep up with. Somehow, I mean that as a compliment. Because for a long time, MMO players were trapped in this mindset that we needed to complete everything immediately. Rush to endgame, rush your gear, systems, progression, efficiency. Everything became about staying ahead. But lately, I've started enjoying WoW much more slowly. I even started fishing, something I'd never do in real life. And I think that's actually the healthiest way to experience the game now. For example, I haven't even fully touched the housing systems yet. Not because I'm avoiding them, well, I kinda am, but because I already know myself. The second I fully dive into housing and decoration systems, I could probably disappear into that for hundreds of hours. Same thing with transmogs. I absolutely love the direction WoW has gone with character customization and collection systems. People underestimate how important character identity is in an MMORPG. Transmogs aren't cosmetic, it's expression. You can almost look at someone's character and see fragments of the journey they've been through in Azeroth. Old raids, rare drops, PvP history, expansion memories. That stuff matters emotionally more than people realize. And what's interesting is that WoW no longer feels like it's only pushing players towards one correct way to play anymore. You could push difficult delves, casually level alts, chase your transmogs, focus on PvP, collect mounts, roleplay, raid hardcore, casually explore zones, decorate housing, farm achievements, and all of those paths somehow feel valid now. That's important. Older MMO design often created this feeling that if you weren't doing the absolute highest end content, your playstyle mattered less. Modern WoW feels different. Feels like the game finally understands that different players seek different experiences in Azeroth. For me personally, Frostmage has become one of those long-term mastery experiences. I genuinely enjoy slowly improving at that spec. Understanding positioning better, understanding control better, learning how to stay calm during pressure. But at the same time, I've also been having a great time simply questing casually on my Fire Mage. No pressure. And I think that balance is one of the reasons why WoW feels so healthy right now. The game no longer feels like it's demanding that every player engage with it at the exact same way. There's room for intensity, but there's also room for slowness. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying WoW is perfect. It isn't. Patch 12.0.5 already proved Blizzard could still make frustrating decisions sometimes. Balance issues happen, systems miss the mark, and players will always get frustrated. But at this point in my life, I don't think that adult gaming is really about searching for the mythical perfect game anymore. Every game has flaws, every company disappoints people sometimes, and every expansion has rough patches. What starts mattering more is something more simple. How does the game feel when I return to it? WoW still has moments where it simply feels good to exist inside the world. That feeling is important. And maybe that's what's changed most for me recently. I stopped expecting games to become perfect forever and started appreciating games that consistently feel meaningful to come back to over years. You stop constantly chasing the next perfect experience and begin valuing worlds that continue to feel alive through different phases of your life. Azeroth still has that magic somehow, even after all these years. And before I end this video, I just wanted to genuinely say thank you. Because while making this video, the channel just crossed 2,000 subscribers, and that honestly means a lot to me, especially because this channel has grown in such a strange, unique, and deeply personal way. Some of you found the channel through my Frostmage PvP, some through guides, delve videos, others through WoW atmospheric music, or just my music in general. Somehow all of those different worlds started connecting together into one community. That's really special to me. I never wanted this channel to feel like just another loud gaming channel chasing rage or negativity or non-stop hyper optimizations. I wanted this space to feel immersive, calm, atmospheric, reflective. Seeing so many people connect with that lately has genuinely been inspiring. So seriously, thank you for being here. And this is only the beginning. There's a lot of videos coming, more PvP, more battlegrounds, more delve content, more long form WoW discussions, some real life things, and more beginner friendly things. And yes, I'll also be slowly expanding further into Blizzard games as a whole. You'll probably start seeing some Hearthstone content appearing on the channel too, because at this point I've realized Blizzard games are simply part of my gaming identity again. Outside of gaming, the music journey is evolving. A lot of the atmosphere and music you hear throughout these videos is my own work. Some of you already discovered space sounds, goddess worship, handpan albums or ecstatic dance music. But lately, I've also been feeling myself getting pulled back towards something I haven't explored in a long time: alt rock. Not abandoning the atmospheric or spiritual music, but reconnecting with another side of myself creatively. So, if any of that resonates with you, make sure to subscribe. And if you've been watching quietly in the background for a while, this is probably the perfect time to officially join the community. Also, if you want to support the channel further, all my music is available on Spotify and streaming platforms. I also offer one-on-one support and wellness sessions outside of YouTube as well. Everything is connected: music, gaming, atmosphere. It's all part of the same journey. Thanks again for helping this channel grow. This is Atum Spinks. I'll see you in the next battleground.